most women feel like they can get the top 10 to 20% of men, but you're not falling under the top to 10% of the
So
women. That's the problem. So you really punching outside your weight class. That's the problem. So you're never gonna find a dude that's suitable in your opinion, but you don't understand that there's
let me
certain
say one.
improvements
Let me
that you
just
have
make
to
one
make.
comment in between y'all. A black woman, particularly a black woman, could put herself in the top 30, 40 percentile of women in competition if she was just getting her healthy weight.
So in
So she's
reality,
already beaten out 70% of the competition if she can just get in her goal weight.
Why do we have to
so
fall into the
If we can just have the opposite way of thinking,
mhm,
let's find out what are the good qualities of men. We're
right.
we're looking at it all wrong. Like if they did the same thing for us, they would think we were awesome, right? But we don't see them as great. We don't understand the presence of a man, or he's gonna be a father to your children.
I can
Real
kind of
quick,
clear this up
can
because
I?
there seems to be some type of an issue here with.
What's up, guys? Boogie back again with another reaction to one of Lapif Network's video talking about women are upset because all the good men are married, right? We often hear that there are no good men, or where did all the good men go? All the good men are married, and the dating pool is full of peace, and blah 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 blah, right? So, full video will be down in the description or the comment section. The link if you want to go check out Lapif Network. And I love these conversations because at least we have the men and the women giving their own perspectives on the dating and relationships dynamics between black men and black women for the most part, right? So let's get into it and I'll give my thoughts.
People understanding what's really happening. What the problem is this, right? You're not getting the results you want. You have to improve. People who have the nerve to say
Yep.
that they can't find someone to marry, right? There weren't any options. No, you can't attract the men who you actually desire, right? And until you come to that realization, you won't find the man that you desire because you refuse to improve. The problem is a lot of people, particularly women, expect a man to accept certain things that are unacceptable, right? And if you look at it, women who have a certain demeanor about them usually find themselves being married. And then there's another type of demeanor who you never really see married. They say there's not a lot of eligible men out here. All the eligible men are taken. But the women who fall in line and understand what this really is usually find a man and get married. There's not many good women that I see out here who understand what a man actually wants and is willing to fulfill it that aren't able to get married. You had something? Go ahead.
I kind of agree with Trev. Well, I agree with him, not kind of, because he touched on very important points, right? And the first point was that it takes work. That if you're not men and women, if you're not finding the person that you want to find, there's something missing. There's some work you have to do, right? Number one, it's not just that, oh, I can't, there are no good men or there are no good women, right? You need to figure out what the good woman or the good man I want, what are they looking for in a partner that I don't have, and maybe I should work to improve. It could be as simple as going to the right places, right? If you're looking for a wife as a man, I don't think you're gonna find the wife in a club. You know what I mean? Now, chances of you could, there's a possibility, but it's very small, right? There's a probability, but it's small, right? So the same thing goes to a woman. If you look at what would a good man want in a woman, like this guy said, the first thing would probably be he's probably gonna want a woman who's in shape. So as a woman, you might want to get in shape. You know what I mean? And those are the few small things that as men and women we need to take into to take accountability for not just the no good women out here for marriage or relationships and the no good men. It takes work at the end of the day. Most people don't want to do the work. They would rather complain or blame the other gender. Let's get to it.
Yeah, so okay, so the question was, are there in general a lot of desire
Mm-hmm.
of these men, right? So if you got to take in consideration, one, there are more women than there are men in this country.
Where? How many more?
But let me finish. Then you have to
This-
take
go
into
ahead.
consideration, you know, those who are in jail. Yeah, those who are gay. It's so many. Y'all like to ignore that, but it is what it is. There are so many other things, and then you have to think of too. Now, I'm not saying there are great black men. I know a lot of them. Okay,
You don't
we're
have
not
one,
taking it
though.
away. We're talking about in general, though, right? And then when you're talking about mating with someone, you want someone who you're attracted to, not somebody who's so handsome, but somebody at least you want to kiss. You feel me? Or you find attractive. You want your woman to be attracted to you in some way, form, fashion. I would hope. And so there are so many. When it comes to women, women's minds are just so much more complicated than guys. I think. When it comes to mating, so
See, and this is what's my point. Just not even too long ago, this whole men are in jail, men are gay, men are these, they're not attractive, and then at the same time you say that, but I believe there's some good men around. Well, get one, right? Don't worry about the men who are gay. Don't worry about the men who are in jail. Don't worry about the men who are not good looking. If you are a good woman, go get one of those few good men that you say that are available. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're going to be in competition with other women who want some of the good men that you want. You got to step out. You know what I mean? And I think that's the difference between men and women. As a man, I know I don't have the kind of money, the swag, the status to get an IG model that Drake wants as well, because Drake is going to beat me in every other way. You know what I mean? So I'm not even going to worry about the IG model. I'm probably going to go in my zone. The women maybe that are within my comfort zone. So the same thing goes to this lady. Why are you worried about the men who are gay? Why are you worried about the men who are in jail? Right? If you say that there are good men out there, then focus on the good men. Don't worry about the ones who are not for you.
when you put so many other things into but I agree with some of the things. I'm sorry, I just finished that sentence. When you put all those things in consideration, it is hard for some women to find a really decent catch that's not already taken. Because think about it right now.
But are they good women themselves? Right? It's one thing to want a good man. Are you a good woman yourself? Do you qualify for the good man? Because you gotta be exactly what you want.
Now, even dating, more than likely, you find a good catch, he's already talking to somebody. There's somebody in the background, situationship, friends with benefits. There's something going on in the background.
Yeah, no, I understand all of that, but most women feel like they can get the top 10 to 20% of men, but
That's
you're
true.
not falling under the top to 10% of the women. That's the problem. So you really punching outside your weight class. That's the problem. So you're never going to find a dude that's suitable in your opinion, but you don't understand that there's certain improvements that you have to make.
Comment in between y'all. A black woman, particularly a black woman, could put herself in the top 30, 40 percentile of women in competition if she was just getting her healthy weight.
So in
So
reality,
she's already beaten out 70% of the competition if she can just get in her goal weight.
Why do we have to fall into this shit every time?
listen, real fast. Most
Actually, I agree with this guy. Because for us men, you have to be in shape, plus you have to make the money. But for women, there are very few requirements that men want. The first thing, just be in shape. Just by being in shape, like you said, you're gonna be, because it's a competition. Men compete with each other for the women. Women compete with each other for the men they want. You know what I mean? You gotta put in the work, whether that's going to the gym to look the part, dressing well for the man, smelling good, making the money, being well groomed, talking properly, being kind. Like that's all work. It takes work to actually be and live that kind of lifestyle. So at the end of the day, he's right. You know, this whole accept me for who I am and the right person will accept me with all my flaws. We all have flaws, but you gotta work on those flaws. All right. So I do agree with this guy that most women, as long as she's in shape, she's always gonna have some guy in her DM. She's always gonna have and a good number of men who are shooting their shot at her. Right now, it's up to her to choose who's good and who's not good. But the opposite is not true for men. Men don't have women hitting on them all the time to choose from. What do you guys think? I'm not going to complete the video because I want you guys to go to Lapif Network and complete the video. Link down below. Give your comments down below. What you guys think. Subscribe. Peace.